reason why I didn't find the story yesterday, because I was looking at the wrong sefer. I was extremely puzzled. Couldn't understand why, because I had a mark in the sefer. It's not there. And I went to the sefer maybe 7 times, concluding it cannot be here, even though in my mind I was sure that I saw it in that sefer. It's actually a different sefer, but I just want to get the Gemara for a moment, which is integral to the story. Bear with me for a second, I'm sorry. Gemara Shabbos, Lamed Aleph. So today's story, my friends, this is taken from, it's a well-known story, but here it's written, a wonderful book, a collection of Yudel Chitrik, Allah Shalom, who was the eldest living Chassid towards the end of his life, having seen, not just seen, the Chassidim of 3 Rabbeim, the grandfather of the Chitrik family, a name we're all familiar with. Lamed Aleph. Lamed Aleph. Okay. So the story here is as follows. Reb Chaim Volozhiner. Reb Chaim Volozhiner was the primary Talmud of the Vilna Gaon. And he is the founder, also the Brisk, the famous Brisk line of yeshivas, the direct Rosh Yeshivas were, or they still are, direct descendants. And the Soloveitchik Mishpacha, also direct descendants of Reb Chaim Volozhiner. And he was a big Gaon, and he's famous for his work, the Nefesh HaChaim, which is, believe it or not, it's a Kabbalah Sefer. Explains in Yonim of Kabbalah, explains, like Al Derech Chassidus. As we all know, the Gra was a great Mekubal, and the Gra writes, in fact, that every person is obligated to learn Pnimis HaTorah and Kabbalah. A fact that Rebbe notes on occasion in some of his letters to people, that this is in fact a demand of the Gra himself. And Chaim Volozhiner wrote this very famous work, Nefesh HaChaim. So here's the story. See, one sent the following question to the Alter Rebbe. Why is it, he says, that Chassidim devote so much time to the study of Chassidus and davening at the expense of Gemara, the study of Gemara? Now, Reb Chaim strengthened his argument by bringing what it says in the Gemara, a mashal, which the Alter Rebbe himself had quoted to explain the necessity of Chassidus. What does the Gemara say? Let's see what the Gemara says. The Gemara says, without going to all of the psukim, we'll start from the beginning of the Gemara. The Gemara says, the Rava says, when a person is escorted to his final heavenly judgment, this is after death. So they tell him, they ask him, famous Gemara, did you conduct your business transactions faithfully? Did you set aside fixed times for Torah study? Did you engage in having children, marry? Did you wait in hopeful expectation for Mashiach's salvation? Did you delve into wisdom? Did you infer one thing from another? And the Gemara concludes, but even so, all of these very demanding questions is of limited consequence. Then they finally ask him, was the fear of God this person's storehouse? If the answer is yes, then his judgment is favorable. And Eloi, Eloi. And if not, not. So the most important question is, did you have Yiras Shamayim? The Gemara continues with the Moshel, and Rabbi Chaim Volozhiner is quoting the Moshel in his question. What's the Moshel the Gemara says? Which the Alter Rebbe quoted. So the Gemara gives the Moshel of a person who said to his shliach, he said, bring for me a kor or a chaymer of wheat from the storehouse, bring it to the attic for storage. So the shliach went and brought it. Afterwards, the balabas, the owner, said to the shliach, did you mix in a kav of chumtin? Chumtin is a kind of a preservative, sand, it's earth with a high salt content. Rashi explains, and it acts as a preservative. So the agent said, no, he just brought the wheat without the chumtin. So the owner said to him, it would have been better you never brought up the wheat in the first place, because it's going to rot. So the Alter Rebbe said that's the union of Chassidus. The union of Chassidus is to cultivate Yiras Shamayim, without which he's asking why so much time in Chassidus and davening at the expense of learning. So learning is wheat, learning is nigla. But in order for the nigla, for the learning to endure, and chas v'shalom not to rot, so you need to have the Yiras Shamayim, and that's the kav. That's the kav of the chumtin. So now the Chaim says to him, so you brought the parable. The man, back to the story, a man requests that his servant, the shliach, bring him a measure of wheat. And when your servant brings the wheat, the man asks, did you mix in a portion of chumtin into the wheat? Then no, and he told him, but he shouldn't bring it up. So Rabbi Chaim says to him, according to the Cheshvan, if you're comparing Chassidus to chumtin, so what's the relationship? So a kur, just to give you the math here, a kur or a chaymer is, what's the volume? It's 4,320 eggs. That's what it is. A kav is 24 eggs. No? So divide 4,320 by 24. Anybody has the phone there? What is it? 4,320. That's a chaymer. Or a kur. There's two words for it. Divided by 24 is what? 4,320 divided by 24. You got it there? Anybody got it? It's 180. Yeah, that's what you got?
180.
Yeah. 180, yeah. So says Reb Chaim writes Reb Chaim, he sent the question. The Alter Rebbe, if Chassidus is compared to chumtin, so the proportion to Torah study should be similar to the proportion of chumtin mixed together with the wheat. So based on this moshel, the ratio is 1 to 180, which means the study of Chassidus should be only 180th of the day. And Chassidim devote so much more time to learning davening, to learning Chassidus, and to davening, thinking Chassidus. You hear the question? The Alter Rebbe said, yeah, Taka, it's true that the quantity of the chumtin is very small, but to mix it with the wheat takes a long time. So yeah, you can learn what it says. You learn it, especially Alter Rebbe's time. How much Chassidus was there? It was look at the Torah, if you Maimorim, there wasn't a lot, and the Torah was published afterwards. However, to take what we learn and to be mizbein and think about it and daven, and that's what davening is, that takes a long time. The mixing, the internalization, that's where the avodah lies. Apropos, of course, to this morning and b'chlal to our learning.